What's up, Four String Football? Back at it for NFL Week 8. We're going to go ahead and get right started off of Monday Night Football from this last week. The Buccaneers were at the Lions. And my question for the group, I'll go last on this since I'm a slightly biased Detroit Lions fan. Did we overestimate Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers offense?
I'll go first. No, we didn't overestimate them. Um, Obviously Baker Mayfield had a bad game. This is like compared to all the other games he's played in, statistically he did worse. They were missing players before they went into the game, and then one of his top receivers went down, Mike Evans, and is going to be out for the season. So that didn't help them. I don't think they're overrated, but I do think that the Lions defense was underrated. Even though that they had some injuries, they played really well. And I just think that the Buccaneers, they're still a great team. I don't know about best in the NFC like originally I had thought, but I think that they're still a really good team, probably top 3 in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was a fluke game for Baker Mayfield. I think he's still a really good quarterback. He just really didn't have a lot to throw to because Egbuka was still coming off that freaking injury, and then Mike Evans probably out for the season now. So I feel like it was just a fluke game.
Levi,
Yeah.
you agree?
Yes, I agree. Well, me personally, I saw him as MVP. That is not happening anymore. So I overrated him, but in general, I think no. He's still a top 5 quarterback. Nobody fits the system more than he does.
I don't know if that game removes his MVP candidacy. I mean, like, yeah, he had like a
Well,
iffy
Mahomes
game.
is having a. I
I mean,
think
it could be
Mahomes is
something to
having
talk about.
No, but like, I mean, you still gotta look. He still threw for 228, a touchdown, and a pick. His passer
And that's
rating was pretty
down
bad. It was 66, but like that is down significantly from what he had. But I think if that this is
66 point what?
66.1, not 7.
Ah,
Calm down. But
6-1.
but no, I think we did not.
6-1.
I don't think we. I
Sorry.
don't think we underestimated the Bucks at all. I think actually what happened was that we did not overestimate the Bucks at all. I think we just underestimated the Lions defense, myself included. I was very scared going into this game as a fan. I was worried that our super injured defense, missing our corner one, both our starting safeties because of the Brand suspension and the Kirby injury. I was very scared. I was expecting Baker to throw for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, honestly, if I'm being real. But quite honestly, I think, like Will said, just everyone in football, I don't think there's a single person that went to this game. If you told someone a week ago that the Bucks were going to put up 9 points and less than 250 passing yards, they'd call you crazy. But I think it just really showed that the Lions' defense, especially Kelvin Shepard, the new defensive coordinator this year, was significantly underestimated. Especially, I want to highlight Nick Whiteside. He was, I think, like our corner 5. Dude stepped up through all of it. I personally, I hope that he earned a starting role. I think that he needs to start working with TA while TA works out like the penalties problem. Because I do think Arnold is overhated because of the penalties. He's just a physical guy. He's going to get those from time to time. But I mean, he was on Egbuka for four routes that Egbuka was targeted. While he was on Egbuka was targeted 4 times, and all 4 of those were incomplete. He did not get a single catch on Whiteside, and I think there was 3 pass deflections where the ball was in the air and Whiteside got to it and knocked it down. Yes, one of those was definitely an underthrown ball by Baker. So it does highlight how Baker was doing bad. I don't know how many people watched the game, but Baker was missing a lot of open throws. It would have been a much closer game if a lot of those would have been made. I know there was the one really deep shot that he had like by a mile that Baker just underthrew by like 10 yards. That honestly should have been picked. But in general, the Buccaneers still one of the best teams in the NFC. I think this game just showed that the Lions were better in general. I don't think it was an overestimation of the Bucks. But on the topic of still being overrated, my question is, and I'll start off on this one since I just to keep going after the last one, is was the Jaguars defense overrated? And I'm gonna give a big capital NO. It's still one of the best in the league. They played very poorly. They gave up 35 points, but I don't think enough people are talking about the fact that there was no Devin Lloyd that game. I think that people are putting that blame on the team as a whole and ignoring the fact that Devin Lloyd is their best defensive player. And just to like show off how important he is. When they played the Chiefs and they beat them in what was an upset that that I knew by a mile ahead to call it, but Mahomes only had like a 91.3 passer rating, and Mahomes is better than Stafford. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try and say he's not, as much as I love Matthew Stafford. But Matthew Stafford had a 117 passer rating and didn't throw a pick. The Jaguars also didn't get a sack. I think that missing Devin Lloyd just in general, like when their key piece who was and arguably still is on pace to be Defensive Player of the Year, isn't there, it just makes it very difficult as a whole when you're missing a piece that important. I think that they definitely played too poorly. Like, they should have played better considering they were only missing him, really. And they can't, like, use that as an excuse to continue to play like that and just make Devin Lloyd carry the defense. But I think that's a valid reasoning as to why they played poorly, but they do need to fix some things before next week, especially if Devin Lloyd's going to miss another game.
Yeah,
I'll go next.
I got you.
So I think it's more. I agree with Max. It wasn't so much more the defense; it was more the offense. They had 4 turnovers on downs and a missed field goal. That was the reason they lost. Yes, the defense played kind of poorly, but
Yeah.
even then, it's mostly the offense.
They
Like,
they
they're
had
still
more
gonna.
yards they had more yards, plays. Like, they had more offensive everything. They just never converted. They didn't even have a turnover, I don't think.
Mhm. It also doesn't help that Matthew Stafford's only thrown 2 picks this season.
This
Like
is true.
he's
MVP ball.
Yeah, I also don't think that the Jags defense is overrated. I think that we did rank them a little higher than we should have
That's the
before.
definition of
Um,
overrated.
no, I'm not
Yes.
saying like
You
maybe
just said,
I'm
you
saying
just said they're not overrated. We just rated them too highly. That's the definition
no,
of
slightly,
overrated.
a little. I said a little. I said slightly. They're still a good defense. They're still a top defense in the league. I don't think they're the number one defense in the league because I said that, and you guys agree with me that they were a top defense in the league, a top defense. Um, However, even though that they're not the number one, they're still a very good defense. Even just looking at the stats, I have it written right here. They are seventh in total rushing yards. Seventh in total rushing yards allowed. Their pass defense isn't that good, except for takeaways. They're second in total takeaways. I think they have 11. And the next in first is actually the Bears with 14 total takeaways. But that's still some good stats all around to have as a defense. I don't think that, like I said, I don't think they're the best defense in the league, but they're definitely pretty high up. Um, Overrated wise, I guess slightly overrated. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that. It doesn't mean that they're bad, but they're just a little bit overhyped for at the beginning of the season. So I mean, still very solid defense, just definitely not the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's valid. Their argument for best defense in the league that I was making has definitely fallen. I think that if they have a good bounce back week, who are they playing this week? I don't know.
Go to Jags.
Yeah.
They have a bye.
They have a bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. So if they bounce back after the bye week, well, especially giving Devin Lloyd more time to recover, they can definitely earn back that spot. But here's a little goofier question. Who does the NFL need to be scared of the Dallas Cowboys after their
I'll go first on this one.
after their after their very good showing against the Commanders?
Absolutely not. It's just like bluntly, the answer is no. It doesn't matter how good they do. Let's say even they win out the rest of the regular season, nobody's got to be scared. They're always going to be first round exits in the playoffs. And yeah, I just want to say thank you, Jerry Jones, for that. And that's about as good as they're going to do.
Yeah,
So
that's about what I
they
said.
don't-
I said in my notes, I'll read my notes verbatim. In the regular season, yes, absolutely, be scared of the Cowboys. In the playoffs, not a chance. And I think the reason why they showed and looked so good against the Commanders is that they have the number one offense in the league by yards. They've had that title for a few weeks now. They are very obviously one of the best offenses, especially now that CeeDee Lamb is back off injury. They are an offense to be worried about. And their defense was also, for the majority of the season, ranked 32nd in yards allowed. And so that's why they are still losing games, because you can't really win games when you don't have a defense. They might as well have not been on the field. The difference is just that they showed up against the Commanders, and granted, the Commanders are a struggling offense this year. They definitely have been not putting it together as well as they have last year. But if the Cowboys even have, yeah, that too. If the Cowboys even have a mediocre defense, if you gave them the 18th best defense, they are in first seed contention, just because of how good their offense is. The problem is just that if they can continue to fix their defensive problems and use this game as a trajectory upwards to fix the defense and start playing better, then yes, they are going to be a threat. And honestly, like, if they can genuinely fix the defense and, like, maybe target some guys in trade, and it would sound silly after getting Micah, but if they can get a solid edge rusher on the trade before the deadline, I think there's a decent chance that they can maybe even win a wild card game. Yeah, outrageous for the Cowboys, but
I don't think so.
I mean, I honestly don't think so either. But in general, they're definitely a very good team this year. They just need to fix their defensive problems. Yeah. Also, it's funny because they traded and they got Kenny Clark because of how, like, Micah doesn't stop the run, and now, like, the Cowboys still aren't stopping the run, even with Kenny Clark.
Yeah.
I think it's just a Matt Eberflus problem, honestly, though. I don't know why he has been playing so much zone coverage when all of their corners are best in man. He doesn't look like he really knows what to
Thinks
do.
he's on the Bears.
He does think he's on the Bears still.
Yeah.
Christian?
Oh, okay. So, the defense of the Cowboys, it just complete and utterly sucks. But if it plays somewhat good, their offense can carry them into playoff contention. Given that they're gonna lose first round, but, like, I mean, it's not a bad team. It's not a good team. Their offense just carries that team very heavily.
Yeah, it's actually so bad. Going back to that, the Cowboys offense, like, just the entirety of the season, like, it's okay. It happens some games. Every team has a game where their defense gives up a whole bunch of points, and maybe they keep up. Maybe it's just like a high-scoring game on both sides. But, like, every game almost, it seems, for the Cowboys, if they win, it's a shootout on both sides, and if they lose by a lot of points. Like, it's really a problem, to be honest. I don't know. Like you said, if they get somebody good on their defense, it could be fixed. But I don't even know what's going on with their defense. I feel like that might be a high school or maybe like varsity middle school level defense going on.
I think honestly what you could do when you really need edge rushing and stuff like that, I think you can go to a team like Green Bay and, like, buy and, like, really just, like, sell the bag for a guy like Micah Parsons.
I was thinking, honestly, I would draft. They need to draft somebody. They need to draft a D tackle, probably some guy to ECU. Christian Currents, he could play D tackle. Christian, you think he can stop the run?
I was just saying, like, if you go to a team like Green Bay, maybe just get a guy like Micah Parsons, just a real, like, athletic monster. You know, like, sell the house, give up, like, a solid D tackle that, like, a good run stopper, just to shift your focus to edge rush, and maybe even, like, a few first rounders. Just really get yourself a high profile guy.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if they're looking at ECU, they can get a corner. ECU's corners are notoriously very, very solid.
Name three,
like,
in the NFL. Name three ECU.
Siobhan Revel
in the NFL right now. In the NFL right now.
Yeah, Siobhan Revel.
Okay.
And I can name two. But and it's
two?
a dude on the.
You gotta name him.
It's a dude on the Broncos. His name's like Jaquan McMillan. I'm pretty sure that's his name.
It is Jaquan McMillan. Yes, that is true. Because he was the I think he's the first ECU corner to get a sack in the NFL. It was something like that.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That means he's the GOAT, right?
Christian, you do realize that corners getting a sack isn't a corner being a good thing. It's a well schemed blitz, right?
I mean, he got the sack though. Did you get the sack? No, you didn't. So don't discredit him, bro. He's the GOAT.
That is true. Levi, what do you think about? Do you think the Cowboys are a problem, a force to be reckoned with?
As someone who drank the official soft drink of the Cowboys today,
What's
Big Red,
that?
by the way, I have the best opinion here.
Isn't that Pepsi?
What is it?
It's Big Red.
Big Red.
I love Big Red. I love Big Red. Oh, I love Big Red.
It's so good. It's so good.
Big Red is
Anyways,
so good.
I like
Big
Cheerwine
picture?
better than Big Red.
Get out.
Big picture.
Cheerwine is better
They're-
than
they-
Big
People
Red.
drink Cheerwine? Is that a
I
real
drink
drink?
Cheerwine
Apparently.
every day. They got it. They got it in my cafeteria, and I actually
We're,
mix it with
hey,
we're
cranberry juice.
interrupting Levi.
They're-
I
We're
mix-
interrupting Levi.
Oh my
Okay.
bad.
He
Hang
already.
on. He already
had to watch the Dolphins Sunday. Let him have a break.
I gotta watch the Dolphins too. Hey, nah. Anyways, before Levi keeps talking, back to the Cheerwine. If you ever have the opportunity to mix Cheerwine with cranberry juice, it is gas.
Nobody's
Anyways, back to
doing
you,
that.
Levi.
Bill.
That you only.
That
That
is
you only.
only you. That is only you.
I did it today at when I had dinner. I had General So chicken and Cheerwine and cranberry juice and cake.
What are
vanilla
you
cake.
eating at Campbell University, bro? What are they serving you?
Everything, bro. It's a buffet. down
Campbell's
there, bro.
budget goes to the football team that sucks.
No, it actually goes to nothing. I think. I don't know. It goes to the
It
brick
goes to
walkways.
pay,
where all
it
the
goes to
bricks are
paying for
uneven.
wins.
They don't pay for any wins.
They're the
We-
ones
we
getting
pay to
paid
lose
for
it.
wins. They're the ones getting paid to go
Exactly.
get people wins. Like
Exactly.
you see,
We win 2 games all season, bro. It's bad.
Hey, bro, we didn't need to
One
pay
home
y'all.
game.
We did not need to pay y'all.
you had to pay to get them on your schedule.
Yeah.
Hey, am I
That's
gonna
what
go
those
here?
bad teams do. They sell their schedules.
Let's go back to Levi about the
Let's go.
Cowboys.
Levi lives in Cowboys
Bro,
country.
bro drank the Big Red and just lost the spotlight.
Okay, anyways, they're the most random team in the NFL. They got the best offense and arguably the best defense, or the worst defense. I'm not sure if they're worse than the Dolphins. They might be.
But statistically,
Anyways.
they are.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah. So they either get blown out by the Panthers and the Bears, not Panthers. Either get blown out by the Bears or they either blow out the Commanders. Like there's no in between there.
Bears
It's
are a
this
good
random
team.
team. You can't. Yeah, but to get blown out by them,
The Bears are good. They have a good offense.
Hey,
Panthers
they gotta
are-
do that
are-
paints his nails, bro. That's something.
How many fantasy
They
points
have
you got last
They have
week?
the best offensive line in the NFL, Levi.
How many fantasy points did Caleb Williams get last week?
He
Jeff?
was on my team, I know. 4.91.
How many more weeks until Ben Johnson gets fired?
All right, bro. This guy thinks.
Wait,
Ben
we keep
Johnson's gonna be
interrupting
fine.
Levi, bro.
Yeah, that's a good
We-
point.
we
Levi
keep
talking.
interrupting-
that's my point. That's my point. It's just hard to bet for or against them. Like week to week, they're a problem, but overall, they're not going to be.
This
That's a
is
pretty
true.
good point.
All right, it is time for predictions. I'm
Yes,
pulling
sir.
up a graphic now. If you look on screen, I'll read
Made
it
it,
for
yeah.
you audio listeners. Currently, as far as our primetime predictions are going, I am in the lead of the 4. I am 12-6 on my predictions. And then second is
Oh, no.
Christian. He is 8-10. And then tied for last is Will and Levi. They are both 7 and
Yes,
11.
sir, Levi.
They're both
Yes,
7
sir.
and 11.
Yes, sir.
This is our little,
Keyword
this is our
last.
little graphic.
Keyword last.
Yeah, it is. The keyword
sir.
is last. But currently, I'm 12-6.
Keyword 7-11.
I will be
Big
looking-
gulp.
I will be looking to
So I got the
extend
big
my
reds here.
lead by starting off with Thursday Night Football, Vikings at Chargers. I am taking the.
That's where you get
I'm
your big
taking the
red.
Los Angeles Chargers. Carson Wentz is starting again, and quite frankly, he's just not that good. I mean, it's not really that complicated. He's just not a good quarterback anymore.
Yes, he is.
Ever since
He's
Nick
goated.
Foles took his job, he just kind of sucked. Just quite frankly, I mean that's kind of how it is. He just sucked. I mean, last week he had 313 yards on 26 completions with 42 attempts. He had 0 touchdowns and 2 picks with a sub 65 passer rating. He's just not that good in general. I think the Chargers defense is not better than the Eagles, but it's still pretty solid. Orlando Gadsden also for the Chargers. He's going to get 200 yards. So, I don't know. Carson Wentz is going to have less passing yards than Gadsden does receiving yards. Chargers by 50.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50.
Yeah, I actually have the Chargers to win as well. Statistically, they have similarly matched defenses. However, the Chargers are second in both passing and total yards. So whether or not their defenses actually show up, the Chargers offensively are going to be able to pull ahead, and I just don't see the Vikings being able to keep up, especially with their struggling run game with Jordan Mason.
It is Jordan Mason.
He's their starter.
It is Jordan
And then,
Hey, bro, he's a really good running back.
like you said,
He's a really good running back, guys.
Carson Wentz against the second best passing defense in the league is probably just not a very good combination.
He's not. I mean, it's still better than JJ McCarthy. Don't get me wrong.
Hang on, guys. Hang on. My roommate's calling me, chat. Let's see what he say.
Is this about the podcast?
Yo, hello?
Or is he just calling you?
I don't know. I'm in the dorm. I'm doing a podcast. Hang on. Quick question, bro. You got the Vikings or the Chargers? You got.
The Vikings or the Chargers? Where are they playing at?
Where are they playing at? I
They're
think
playing in LA.
Chargers.
they're
At
playing in
Chargers.
LA. Chargers playing at home. Bro said,
This is not a thinking question.
That's a
Who's
question?
injured? All right, bro. Just here. Here. We can come back to him. Here,
All right,
Christian, you go.
All right. So, I have. Hold up. I have this one team winning for one specific reason. All right. I don't know if y'all can see that. Right there. That's
Cameron
the
Dicker.
goat.
Dicker the
The
kicker.
goat. Dicker the kicker. Chargers by 18 field goals.
If the Chargers kick 18
Quote
field
me
goals, I
on
will
it.
wire you a band.
Hey, give it to me in writing. Give it to me in writing.
I don't need to. It's not happening.
Okay. Well, I've got Vikings. The Chargers offense is kind of banged up right now. Their O-line is hurt. If Joe Alt comes back, that's big for them. But right now he's questionable. Their run game makes them kind of one-dimensional. Ryan Flores, I think, is going to have a good game plan against them. Overall, I just think Jones might be coming back too. But overall, I just see the Vikings winning.
Yeah.
You said Aaron Jones
that's
is coming
pretty-
back?
He might be. He's questionable.
Really?
So, and that's
Is he-
going to be the game-changing factor.
No, I just wanted to mention that.
Well, honestly, it wouldn't be game changing, but it would definitely make it closer just because the Chargers rushing defense is about average. So if they can get a good run game going, they might be able to actually compete. I don't think that would make them win the game though.
I mean, yeah, the Chargers just in general are a better team. I don't know. Maybe Levi knows something we don't. I also
Justin Herbert.
He still picked the Chargers to win,
no,
didn't
he
you?
picked the Vikings.
No, except the Vikings.
He said the Vikings.
Oh no.
Justin
Alright.
Herbert eats the Vikings for breakfast.
I have to
Okay.
root for the Chargers now because my little sister became a Chargers fan. Because my dad said you can be a Cowboys fan like me since Max picked the Lions like mom, and she said, no, I want to be a Chargers fan because they used to be in San Diego and I was born there. Also, the Cowboys suck. That's what she told my
There
dad.
you go. That's a good
So
reason.
now my dad gets to be sad every Sunday by himself. And then Sunday Night Football, we have the defensive snooze fest that is Packers at Pittsburgh. It's going to be an absolute snooze fest on offense. Maybe one team will eclipse 300 total yards. I don't really know. I personally, I think
the
Steelers.
Bengals eclipsed it.
The Bengals also have the number one wide receiver duo in the NFL and a solid quarterback who is like what?
Yeah, that is.
Flacco?
Joe Flacco is good. He is still good.
Oh,
He played
it's
bad
crazy
because he
because
was on the
I was-
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I was listening back to a couple weeks ago to the Flacco is Backo episode, and Christian said that Joe Flacco is a less mobile version of Jake Browning, which was completely wrong. Not only is he better passing, but
He
he's
was
way
moving.
better running the
He
ball.
was-
Did y'all
he was
see that read
moving.
option that he ran?
He was
He did
moving.
that. Oh, hang on. Garrett's calling me back. Hang on. For my pick, I got the Steelers because it's written in the stars. The only team that Rodgers hasn't beaten yet is the
It is the
Steelers.
Packers.
So the script writers are doing.
You mean the
I meant yes,
Packers.
I meant is the Packers. But yeah, that's my pick. I gotta go do something real quick. I'll be back.
Alright. I think Steelers win. It's gonna be a bounce back week for him after losing such a close game to a division rival. Nothing really gets you more heated than that. Also, I mean, it'll be a defensive heavy game to begin with, but I think that Aaron Rodgers is just a better quarterback. I think the Steelers' offense in general is just better than the Packers' offense. The Packers is not a very solid offense. Like, Josh Jacobs is really good, but I think that the Steelers' defensive line will be able to kind of counter that and force him to pass the ball more, which is not something that you want Jordan Love doing because he's not the best at it. I also just think that Aaron Rodgers' revenge game is going to do a lot, especially considering that this is the first time he ever gets to play the Green Bay Packers is the one season that they drafted a first-round wide receiver. And quite frankly, I think that made Aaron Rodgers kind of angry that they waited till after he left to do that. And I think he's going to use that fuel and hatred to go out and beat Green Bay. Also, I just hate the entire state of Wisconsin, just like as a whole. It's not really needed. We can be the 49 states of America, quite frankly. 48, we can honestly go to Ohio while we're at it, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
Okay. So, I think the Packers are going to win. I just don't think the Steelers are a very good team, to be honest. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Steelers suck.
That's an analysis right there.
Yeah.
Mine is the same, but for the Steelers.
Hold up. Max is about to start talking.
No, my math professor graded my test and I got a 71. Let's go. I thought I was going to get a 50.
That's Mr. Stroke.
I thought I
I'm
was
telling
gonna
that to
get a
Mr.
50.
Stroke. I'm actually testing him. I'm texting him right now.
I still have an 82 in that class. Sorry, I interrupted you. I got excited.
Wait, that means you're not going to be able to work, Max.
Yeah, I can. I just went to my dad. Acting like he listens to the podcast.
I'm going to tell him to listen to this week's podcast.
Acting like you have his number. All right, Levi, go.
I got Steelers winning, mostly just because of the Rodgers revenge game.
That's ball knowledge.
But they are a good team. They are a good team, despite what Christian says. Christian does not know ball.
This is true.
That's why I'm picking Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just also hate the Packers, and I hope that they lose every week. This is very weird, though. I feel weird rooting for Aaron Rodgers. I feel like it's in my blood to not, but my hate for the Packers as a franchise extends beyond Aaron Rodgers as a person, even as he is my least favorite NFL player of all time.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers.
are we still on this pick?
We were wrapping it up. I said that my hatred for the Packers as a franchise extends past my hatred for Aaron Rodgers as a person and as a player. Even if Aaron Rodgers is my least favorite player of all time. But and then Monday Night Football, we have what I would probably consider like the closest game of all of them. Commanders at Chiefs. Personally, I think the Chiefs win. That's just because the Commanders just kind of suck. In general, their offense has not been moving very well. They have yet to click. Terry McLaurin, I think, is questionable for this week. He might come back. But I don't really think it's going to matter, quite frankly. Debo's also questionable, but also I don't think that, like, Fat Bo is coming back is really going to do that much. Quite frankly, they just haven't been playing very well. Yeah, even when Jaden Daniels came back, he still didn't do that much, and then he left again. I don't even really know. I don't even know what injury it was this time or if he's playing this week. I don't think he is. It's Marcus Mariota, right? Yeah. Respectfully, Marcus Mariota is not beating the Kansas City Chiefs, even if I hate the Chiefs. The Chiefs looked good against the Lions. They looked good in all their other wins. I think that they're going to beat the Commanders because they're just the better team overall. The Commanders just have not looked good.
I've got Chiefs here as well. The Packers-Steelers game is going to be really close. It's going to be the exact opposite. It's going to be a blowout. Mahomes, I think, is on another MVP run the past few weeks. Been going off. And, yeah, I don't see a Mariota-led offense in the Chiefs.
Daniels is still out.
No, he's
He
out
just
again.
he got re-injured.
He came back in. He came back for the Cowboys game and then re-injured himself.
What the skibbity? Christian, bro, who you got? Lock in.
So I got like the Chiefs to win because the Commanders, they don't have a quarterback and they kind of suck anyways. So
This is true. Did y'all see that pick six that Marcus Mariota threw to Deron Bland?
Mm-mm.
He's like
people watch Cowboys games.
My dad's a Cowboys fan. I have to. Trust me, I wish I wasn't.
Free will, by the way. Free will, by the way.
Marcus
Grown man.
Mariota is in the pocket, and a rusher comes in. He spins out. Honestly, good job on him for evading the sack. Dodges another defender, turns his body, stares down the flat route for like 2 full seconds. Does not look at the surrounding coverage at all. Chucks it. Deron Bland was literally 2 yards to the left of the guy and just walks in front of it and picks it and runs it in. It was like the easiest pick six of the guy's career. Granted, Deron Bland is really good. He like holds the NFL record for most pick sixes in a single season. But
Yeah.
Did y'all see the 3 picks that the Cleveland Browns got this week?
I did.
I saw that.
I know the 2 guys there and there just did. Levi,
Yeah.
you think they should
I
bench
mean-
Tua? Should they start Quinn Ewers?
They already did, and he should remain on the bench.
So they
He's
should
not-
start Quinn Ewers?
Just
They benched him for the game. He's still starting this week, I'm pretty sure.
They just benched him because it was garbage time.
Yeah.
Can't have Tua again.
Yeah, they don't wanna injure their franchise.
You can't injure
But
your
Quinn
franchise
Ewers-
quarterback.
Quinn Ewers still played well, even in those are terrible conditions. I don't know why they kept throwing the ball in the like 50-mile-an-hour gusts and rain.
Trust me,
That
I
was just
know.
me.
I have Jalen Waddle. I thought he died for a second. I was kind of
Um,
scared.
But no, my pick for what is it? Cowboys and Washington.
Commanders, Chiefs.
Oh yeah, that was last week. Commanders and Chiefs. Personally,
Redskins versus the other Redskins.
okay. Redskins versus
That was Christian
the
Michael
Chiefs.
Currens that said that. We do not endorse that message.
Honestly, I do have the Chiefs in this one. I think that Terry McLaurin is still questionable return, which he's been questionable almost every week, and then he's week to week on his injury. I don't know if he's gonna come back. If he does, it might be a little closer, but I don't think that it's gonna be a close game at all. I think the Chiefs are a better team all around. Commanders have not been able to figure it out all season. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. So then we're moving on because we're removing Will's section as he got lazy, and we're extending my section a little bit longer and allowing a further argument against it. Actually, I did not post my notes in the Discord this week, so nobody has any idea who my underdog is. I'm excluding the Steelers only because for some reason the Vikings are favored over the Steelers. I don't really know why, quite honestly.
Vikings are playing the Steelers this week.
That's Thursday.
It's Packers.
Sorry, I meant Packers. Sorry. I'm excluding that because I don't really know why the Packers are favored over the Steelers. Quite frankly, it's probably just because like they glazed Micah Parsons. Same reason why he's still a Defensive Player of the Year candidate despite sucking. So I'm excluding that game just because I already talked about them. So my underdog, and also another game that I don't really know why they're considered underdogs, but the Ravens are 6.5 point favorites over the Bears. I don't really know why the Ravens are 6.5 point favorites over the Bears. Because I think the Bears just win that. I don't think it's a question. They're on a win streak. They've won 4 straight games. Currently 4-2. I think it's very different than last year when they were 4-2, where it was because they started off kind of good and then it all went down the rails. It's the complete opposite. They started off 0-2, completely turned things around in week 3, won 4 straight games. They've looked very good. The Ravens have not looked very good. I don't even think it's really that much to talk about. I mean, like, Lamar does come back from injury this week, I believe, but I don't think he's going to be as mobile as usual. He's coming off a hamstring injury. They probably, if I had to guess, rushed his recovery a slight bit. I'm not saying he's going to be, like, immobile, like Cooper Rush in the pocket, but he definitely is not going to be moving at, like, full speed, just off of also just being scared to re-injure himself, just like the mental aspect of it. But I think the Bears can pull it through. They have a very good chance to. I personally like them winning this game. The Ravens have not been able to put it together on offense or defense. There's a reason why they only have 1 win. And quite frankly, I still don't really understand
It was
why
against the
they're
Browns.
6.5 point favorite. Like if it was like 2.5 or like 1.5, I'd be like, okay. But like really, the spread is a touchdown. Like that's a little crazy.
Yeah. I'm looking at the stats right now. The Baltimore Ravens have the worst defense in points allowed in the NFL with 32.3 per game. is their average. They have the 30th in total yards. They have the 28th in passing yards and 26th in rushing yards allowed. That is really bad. I'm looking actually at all the stats. The Bears have them beat in literally every category. It
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense on paper. I'm here. This is what I'm looking at. The Bears and it's Baltimore, Chicago, every single category. So honestly, I'm with you on that one. I don't see the Bears or the Bears losing that game. Also, Lamar Jackson, like you said, coming off an injury, he was practicing today. As of Wednesday, he's practicing. But he's also playing against one of the best passing defenses in the NFL, takeaway wise. They've had I don't know if they've had the most interceptions all season, but they've had the most takeaways all season, which
They have the
is
best
a very important step. They have the best what?
differential between them.
Yeah. So, and they have the most in total too. They have the highest differential and most total takeaways. So honestly, the Bears, I don't see them losing this. So I'm gonna have to agree with you on the underdog. Yeah. Stu Christian's still playing Madden.
Not even on Madden.
Well, then talk.
What are you
Then
doing?
talk. You're just sitting
Exactly.
there staring at nothing.
Bro's just sitting here.
What was the question?
We're still talking about the underdogs and whether or not you agree with me.
I mean, what was the underdog like?
Have you not been listening? Have you not been paying attention?
Not really.
What
no,
have you been doing?
Why?
just sitting here like what? Waiting for you to get done yapping.
That's literally what the point is. That's what my segment is. I pick an underdog, explain why I'm picking them, and then you three are supposed to either agree or disagree with me with no preparation. I said the
Well, I
Bears.
didn't even know that this was a section.
This guy doesn't
Bro,
check
it's
his
literally on
notes.
the.
This guy
Bro,
does
it's on
not
the
check
notes,
his freaking notes.
I mean,
Well,
this
he's
first
free.
week we've had it, so
This guy does
I
not
mean,
check the group chat
Hey.
either.
He's also explained it right before he said it.
This is true. I explained it. But no, I
Tell
said
him,
the
ball.
Bears.
Alright.
I said the Bears are going to beat the Ravens.
yeah.
All
Okay.
right, bro. Levi talk, bro. Why is Christian still on the podcast?
I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, no, I'm gonna agree with you here. Yeah, the hamstring injury, that's normally I would say for coming back is a big deal, which it still is, but like not to the extent most people think.
Yeah, I still don't
Yeah.
really know why they're considered underdogs. 6.5 is kind of an aggressive spread. I feel like.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
we're gonna do all this yapping, and then Ravens are gonna like blow them out.
If that happens, Max is gonna shave his head and get leopard print.
No, I am
You're gonna
not.
buzz it and
No,
leopard.
I'm
You're gonna
not.
buzz it
Again?
and leopard
This is
print.
not happening.
Buzz and leopard print.
Not.
Yes,
This
it
is not
is.
true. I'm not doing that. That's just not
You're
happening.
not gonna buzz it and leopard print it.
No, that's not happening.
Well.
I'm not buzzing
All
or
right.
leopard printing my hair, no matter what. I'm not.
Next up, next topic on the board.
Fantasy football.
I came prepared today, chat.
I only have one disappointment and one sleeper this week. For my disappointment, I have DK Metcalf. You had a shootout game against a terrible defense, okay? I start you thinking, I'm going to get solid 14 to 16 points. Bad defense with Cincinnati. Rodgers looking good. Rodgers did good. To every single receiver that was not named whatever DK stands for, Metcalf. I don't know how you only get 8 points in that game when it was such a shootout. Quite frankly, just kind of made me mad. I would have lost my game anyways, though, but...
It stands for DeKalin Metcalf. His full name is DeKalin Zacharias Metcalf. He's born on
DeKalin-
December 14th, 1997 in Oxford, Mississippi, and is a professional football wide receiver for the
You
Pittsburgh
don't
Steelers
need
in
a
the
Wikipedia
NFL.
entry. Well,
Wait, where did he
Okay.
play before the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I believe he played on Ole Miss for college.
I was referring to Seattle Seahawks, but okay.
Well, both are correct answers. My disappointment for the week was Kyron Williams. The Rams offense put up 5 touchdowns, all of them passing from Stafford, while Kyron Williams rushed 12 times for only 54 yards and no scores. This is granted that the Jags have a very strong rushing defense, one of the top in the league. But I still think that he could have played better. The team was on a roll; they're on fire. I don't understand how he only put up what was it, like 4 or 5 points.
Well, to be fair, they got up by like 3 touchdowns, and then Sean McVay said, "What's handing the ball off?" and just kept letting Stafford throw the football.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I
like,
just
it
I don't know.
works.
He still had 12 carries and only got 54 yards, which I guess is respectable, but I just think that he did
Like
have
5 yards a
opportunities to
carry.
score. He got the ball in like the goal line. He also had a couple receptions
Will,
too.
are you saying that 4.5 yards a carry against the best rush defense in the league is, I guess,
I think it's the second best.
respectable?
No, that is respectable, but he had opportunities to score. He got handoffs in the red zone. He had receptions in the red zone, and
They
he
were
wasn't
giving
able to
Blake
punch in.
Corum increased volume this week.
He's also on my bench.
They were letting Blake Corum, they was a blowout game. They were giving the rookie a chance to show off something the New England
Rookie?
Patriots need
This
to.
is second year.
Second year, whatever. He's basically, he hasn't really gotten a shot.
Yeah.
Tyron's also very injury prone, so if you don't have to use him, don't use him.
This is true.
Well, I would have liked
All
him
right.
to use him.
So I'm gonna go for my disappointment. So my disappointment's gonna be Romo Dunze. He's had back-to-back 5-point games.
Say that name again.
Romo Dunze.
Romo Dunze.
That is not.
Romo
It is not a
Dunze. Romo
Dunze.
Dunze.
Odunze.
Odunze.
It's
Did I
Odunze.
drop
I got him on
Romo?
my fantasy team. I can call him whatever I want. All right. Back-to-back 5-point weeks. Kind of disappointing in my opinion. Caleb Williams throw him the ball more. Give him a couple touchdowns, please. I lost because I needed him for 11 points, and he didn't do that. But also, Jackson Smith and Jigba could have got me those 6 points as well, instead of only getting 26.
Dropped 26 points, Christian.
Okay, could have dropped 31. Yeah, or Bo Nix could have dropped 46 fantasy points. That would have been nice as well.
Why have we allowed this guy to talk on our podcast?
Because I'm smarter than all of you. Okay.
Is that why you're 8-10 in primetime picks? Hold up? Let me bring the graphic
At
back
least
up.
he's not 7-11 like Levi.
And you will.
Yeah, imagine being a Browns fan or freaking Miami Dolphins fan.
Christian, you watched the Falcons lose to the Panthers 30-0 in
28-3?
person.
True. That's probably.
Yeah, and then what did we do next week? We won.
Yeah, but guess what? You paid real life money to watch your favorite team get destroyed by one of the bottom of the barrel teams in the NFL
Hey, they're
in the past
500
decade.
they're above 500 for the first time since Cam Newton played.
Said in the past decade.
I mean, Bryce Young's a good quarterback. I don't know what you want from Michael Penix.
Well, Michael Penix isn't actually. He's actually done decently since then.
Penix is good.
I think he had a.
You said good.
He just can't
that's
run,
funny.
bro. He's had some
Yes.
crazy injuries, but he's not bad.
Penix
He
is good.
he can make good reads. Yeah, he's not bad, bro.
Yeah, he's good for a left-handed quarterback.
You acting like left-handed makes them inherently bad.
Tua.
He's not bad because he's left-handed. He's bad because he's bad.
He's bad because he's got mashed potatoes for brains and he's left-handed.
The left-handed
Be
doesn't make
right-hand
him
dominant.
bad.
Be right-hand dominant. Right-handed QBs are more superior.
This guy's just never heard of Michael Vick.
My disappointment.
Yeah, well, you've never heard of Josh Allen.
Baker Mayfield.
Obviously, there's better right-handed quarterbacks because 90% of America is right-handed.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
90. I
let's
think
keep
it's
it that
less than
way.
I think it's less than that.
Right-handers on top.
This got to be racist, right? This got to be some sort of discrimination. All right, bro. Levi, go. Who's your disappointment?
Let's see. Oh yeah, you're right. 85 to 90% is right-handed.
What are we doing?
My bad, bro.
Baker Mayfield was my disappointment. We're good. We're good. He regularly gets under 17 points. That's just not something he's done the past 2 years. Threw the ball 50 times, the second most in his career, and he only got 12 fantasy points. We came into this game thinking it was going to be a shootout against the Lions, and it just wasn't. And I don't know. He still got quarterback 20, which I guess is respectable, but I don't know. I would have lost if I started him.
Who's
You're gonna start him.
I started Dak.
That's respectable.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I also
Good. That was a
Baker's
good
not
move.
really a disappointment when he's playing the best defense in the league. Don't know why you would have thought he did good. But moving on to the sleepers, I have a huge.
I thought he would.
Just a fib.
Hey, bro, Nick
Right.
Whiteside, top 3 corners NFL history.
You told me that Baker Mayfield is gonna pass for like over 250 yards or something
I did say
before
that.
going into the
I
game.
said he was
So,
going for like 280 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's.
But to
I'm
be fair,
pretty
I
sure if
I was not familiar with the fact that Nick Whiteside looked like an all-pro corner Monday. So, I mean, I think he had double-digit targets and he had like 2 catches allowed, and they were both only for like 6 yards. I made that up, by the way. I think it's accurate. Like that's off my memory. I just know that he held Egbuka to 0 for 4. The other stats was just me watching the game and making up an estimate. But for sleepers, I have a
he
huge.
held an injured wide receiver to 0 catches.
Egbuka's not injured. If he was injured, he wouldn't be in the game. Coming off an injury is different than being injured.
Mhm.
But acting like just because he came off injury means that he's bad.
There's a thing called decoy.
What you say, Levi?
Decoy.
If he's a decoy,
Yeah,
why'd
that's
he get
a thing
targeted
called
4
decoys.
times? That's not a very decoy-ish wide receiver now, is it?
Because Baker Mayfield's mid.
What are you talking about? He's the wide receiver 1. The only. What?
Then how's he a decoy? You said that Egbuka was a decoy.
Because you put him in the game and then Mike Evans drives.
Yeah, striving, like, maybe on the way to the hospital. Striving in the bed. Like, what? Hopefully his collarbone can strive. Like, what? All he did was strive at hitting the ground at a high velocity. Like, what are you talking about?
Should we have held another funeral for Mike Evans?
At least
It
Mike
is-
Evans
I
entered
will
the game.
I will say, it is. We did see on Monday. We did see the end of an era because Mike Evans is not beating the Jerry Rice record now. It is. I will say it's sad. I'm not a Bucks fan or anything, but it is just sad to see that like the dude who probably would have beaten the record will not now, and it will stay tied. But I don't know. I think it's kind of fitting considering that he's definitely not a better player than Jerry Rice.
I don't know. It's a different era of football. There's better corners.
All right, bro. Stop talking. Stop talking.
I mean, chocolate.
If you are actually comparing Mike Evans skill-wise to the greatest wide receiver to touch a football field, I don't. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's like if you just said. That's like
I
if
don't
you
think
said.
Antonio Brown ever played for the 49ers.
That's got to be rage bait. That's like if you talked about. That's like if you compared Gibbs to. That's like if you compared Gibbs to Barry because they have the same amount of touchdowns through the same amount of games right now. Like what? Like no, it's not.
Is Tez Johnson on the 49ers or something? Did I miss an update?
All right, bro. Sleepers, excluding the rage bait from Christian Currents as always, because he don't know ball, he just rage baits. I have a super duper mega sleeper. My sleeper has gotten 3 total touches in the NFL regular season this season so far. I'm going the Devin Neal. He's a running back for the New Orleans Saints. Okay, Kendra Miller is now out for the season. Okay, out for the season. I repeat, Kendra Miller's out for the season. And so I don't know. I think he's going to do good. I think that he's going to get a real shot with Alvin Kamara kind of going a little slow. They do play the Rams. It's going to be a little bit tough of a game, but I think that they're gonna use him a little bit. He has some pass catching upside. He looked good in college last year. University of Kansas Jayhawks. He's a Kansas Jayhawk.
Kansas Jayheezies. Are you done? Can I talk about my sleeper?
Yeah,
I have
I'm
a great
done,
sleeper.
I'm done.
All right, my sleeper for this week. As much as I love David Njoku, he's getting old. I'm gonna need a new Browns tight end jersey. Harold Fannin Jr.
Not a sleeper.
is my sleeper for this week.
That's not a
That's
sleeper,
not
bro.
a sleeper, Will.
How is that not a sleeper?
Because everybody knows that he's doing good.
He's like
No,
90%
no.
rostered in like all fantasy leagues, bro.
It's a sleeper, bro. What percent is he started? Is he being started in most of the leagues? I didn't check that. I was just
Probably like
looking at
40 or
something
50%. Like,
else. Is he actually? Well,
yeah. I literally started him in 3 leagues.
All right. Well, maybe not a sleeper then, but hear me out. He's scoring over 20 points this week. He's going above 20. Let me tell you why.
I hope.
All right. Harold Fanta Jr. The Browns are playing the New England Patriots.
Yeah,
and
pause.
The
Wait,
Patriots,
Fannin is the
listen.
tight end 10.
my-
He's rostered in 60% of ESPN leagues. He's not, he's averaging 9.5 points a game. That's not, a sleeper.
He's scoring over 22 points this week. They're playing the Patriots. Their defense allows good performances typically from tight ends. That's including 2 100 or more yard games and 3 receiving touchdowns. Njoku is still questionable to return this week, so even if he does come back, he's going to be on a snap count. And if he doesn't, then Fan is going to be the full starter. He's going to be in for likely 100% of the snaps. He's going to be playing a major role in the offense with the young Browns quarterback Dylan Gabriel. He's still looking to find his main targets in the offense. But the Browns love to scheme their tight ends, especially they've already done it with Fannin. But he still sort of splits receptions and targets with Njoku. So, what are you doing right now? You look like you look like in Cars. What car is it? Is it Tow Mater? When he goes up to the. Anyway, bro. This ball knowledge. Does somebody know what I'm talking about? This ball knowledge.
No,
Anyways,
nobody knows what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I actually do.
You do?
I've only seen Cars 1.
What?
And even then, I saw Cars
no,
1 for the first time 5
Browns-
months ago.
The Browns love. You're insane. They like short tight end, check downs and screen passes. So if you're in a PPR league, he's gonna score probably over 22 points this week. If he doesn't,
does that mean
Max,
Dylan
Max
Gabriel's
is
going
gonna
to do
shave
good
his
for
head.
me in my 14-man?
I don't know.
I will. Let me know when you're done, because I got a live analysis that I want to give y'all real quick.
All right,
Of
I'm
this
done.
actually amazing trade that Mr. Strope, thought must glaze my eyeballs, right? Rashid Shaheed, right? That's what he's trying to give me. That's it, right? He wants Rome Odunze.
He almost created himself.
For Rashid. It's a real trade, by the way. I'm not making that up. That is a real trade. Y'all can hit the decline button with me. Decline. Okay, that's it. Oh, wait, actually, no, I can go on to my pick. I got 2. Dose. All right, Matthew
Not how
Golden
you
versus
say
Pittsburgh.
Two. That's not how you say 2.
I think Dose
I
is
said it.
12.
You do not. Yeah, Dose's 12.
I say Dose, okay? You don't tell me what to say.
All right.
I have free will.
This guy's just hanging
All right.
on all the demographics today. First, lefties. Actually, no, first was what? I forget who he was discriminating against first.
Native Americans.
Yeah, it was Native Americans.
I didn't discriminate.
You literally said a slur. Twice in one sentence.
I don't know about slurs. That's
Hey, Libby. All right, so we got Matthew Golden, and basically any of the Green Bay Packers wide receivers. Who's gonna do the best out of all of them? Who really even knows? I can. I just did. All right.
This is the second week
Pittsburgh.
that you've said that. You cannot say
My
any.
sleeper is the Detroit Lions offense.
Yeah, that's the same thing that you said 2 weeks ago, bro. You said any of the Packers wide receivers. That's just not a
You
sleeper.
gotta pick one.
I have Matthew Golden, but okay. Let me talk. So Matthew Golden and maybe Romeo Dobbs as well, because Jamar and T. Higgins both went off last week against the terrible Pittsburgh defense. Terrible keyword. So I think Matthew Golden and Romeo Dobbs are both in suit for a really good game. Next, I have Devontae Smith. He had a really good game last week. Additionally, he had a bad game against the Giants. Right? He gets his revenge matchup at home. He only had, I think it was 50 yards and 3 catches. Well, he had 4 targets. That 4th target was a overthrown pass by Jalen Hurts. That would have went for a 60-plus touchdown?
Hey, question, Christian. Devontae Smith is not allowed to be your sleeper.
Why is that? He's wide receiver 40.
He's wide receiver 11.
That's just not true.
That's,
He's 89% started.
Oh, tough.
Wide receiver 11.
Well,
He's averaging.
Yeah, you want to see his
14
game
points a
log?
game.
You want to see his game log?
Because he's a
4.6 points.
matchup
9
player. Because he's a matchup player. If he has a good matchup, he does good. If he's not, he does bad. That's how that
A
works.
good matchup was Denver.
Part of matchups is scheme. Yes, he is a good matchup for Denver because he's the wide receiver 2. Denver against. Hey, this is actually. Hold up. This is a quote from Christian Michael Currents on the podcast. By the way, he said this a few episodes ago that wide receiver 2s do good against Denver defense. You said that. Pull it. He says. Like I'm gonna go watch it back. I remember having the conversation with you, except those sides were switched because you said that. Okay, Devontae Smith is not. If Harold Fannin isn't allowed to be Will's sleeper, Devontae Smith is not allowed to be your sleeper. I think we need to double check what the definition of sleeper means. It's not sleeping if the guy is currently running a marathon.
I don't think anybody.
That's a
is running
marathon. But okay. So he dropped to 8.9 points against the Giants the last time he played them. I think he's in suit for 20-plus points. All right, despite what any of y'all say.
Yes, sir.
Acting like he gonna win that game.
Levi, who's your sleeper, Levi? How many you got? Uno
Okay,
or Dose?
I have a
Yeah, but what?
no say.
Dose?
Uno say.
Dose?
Anyways, I have a true sleeper here. His name is Khalil Shakir.
See, that's what I'm talking about,
he-
bro. Did you just say?
Isn't that a wide
Will?
receiver 1?
That is but he doesn't do good. He's not good.
I think it's Keon Coleman is actually
Yeah,
number
actually,
one.
yeah, no, that's a good
Anyways,
point. Keon Coleman's
he-
wide receiver 1.
He is the best receiver on that team when it comes to zone coverage. And they were playing the Panthers, who play zone 80% of the time. And they play zone the most out of any other team. I think he's going to go off.
This is factual.
So the Keon Coleman being wide receiver 1 is just false. It is Khalil Shakir.
According to what?
According to depth charts of the Buffalo Bills.
Acting like depth charts mean literally anything, but okay. Yeah, because teams look at the depth chart they put on the website and go,
bro,
oh,
Just
sorry.
because T. Higgins is wide receiver 2, that makes him the wide receiver 1. Like,
I never said
you-
I never said everybody that's a wide receiver 2 is actually a wide receiver 1. I'm saying that when Keon Coleman is the better receiver on that team and gets more targets
Not true.
and more volume.
not true.
Do you hear what you're saying right now? Like
Keon Coleman is not the better wide receiver.
Yes,
I had him
he
in
is.
fantasy last year. He is
he was
terrible.
a rookie last year. Are you stupid?
Both
He
sides
has
have
had-
fantasy. You can't
he
use
had-
fantasy football as a skill, scale of skill, bro.
5
Keon
points,
Coleman is
5
the wide
points,
receiver
7.5 points, 10
Do you
points,
think?
4
Do you
points.
think that Garrett Wilson is one of the best receivers in the NFL right now?
Yes, top 10.
He's not
Okay,
doing good in
I'll
fantasy.
tell you, he's awful in
Yes,
fantasy.
he is.
He's not even top 20 in fantasy.
That's just false. He's top 13. He is 13th.
No, he's not.
He's gotten 20 points 4 of the past 5 games he's been healthy. I don't know where y'all are getting this from.
Yeah, Will, you're
He is
just
a-
stupid. That's a terrible
Yeah, Will.
explanation. That's a terrible example.
Yeah.
You're entirely selling the argument that I was making. But the point is that Keon Coleman is the better. And I would probably guess
False.
more targeted receiver. I would have to look. I don't know it
Nope.
off the top of my head. But
Nope. I'm looking at it right now. Nope.
Okay. But the point is that Khalil Shakir is still definitely a sleeper. Nobody going into the week is like, oh, Khalil Shakir is about to drop 20, guys. Like, he's only starting if you have a bad wide receiver core.
Like me.
Yes, like you will. And yet he declined
I
my
wish-
super fair trade.
I wish I had Khalil Shakir on my
Yeah,
team.
our super fair trade, got vetoed
Yeah.
I know.
by
it
some
was-
hypocrites.
The fair.
I know.
The trade that Christian actively texted me and said, please don't say anything. I want this trade to go through. Will is dumb. And then deleted the message.
Never said that, by the way.
I will send Will the screenshots after this of where it says deleted messages in the middle of
Oh, but
conversation.
did I say Will is dumb? Did I say that?
He didn't rebuttal that this trade is unfair, though. Enough
So why you
arguments
call me
aside-
dumb then?
Yeah,
enough-
Will just added that. Max just added that in because he
Because
hates
Will
Will.
is stupid. Will is
No.
dumb. So
No.
sending that trade, you are dumb, Will. 7-11.
No.
7-11. All right, bro.
That's where
12
we be getting the
12
big
and
reds
whatever
from.
number.
Big Red is not
12 and
sold
8.
at 7-Eleven anywhere in the nation. All right.
That's what Levi said. Levi said that he gets his big reds from 7-Eleven.
Yeah, Texas is basically a different country, bro. Let's be real. All right. What
You're
do you
just
got?
wrong. This is a Christian type
That might
argument.
be racist. That might be racist.
Racist.
Hang on. Before we wrap it up, I do want to talk about you said the Pro Bowl got moved to Tuesdays.
Yes, the Pro Bowl is the Tuesday of Super Bowl week.
So here's my question though: is that just like the actual game that
No,
they
that's
play?
all of it. So the mini games
They do
are gonna
everything
start,
on Tuesdays?
Yeah. So the mini games, I can pull it up. I believe
That's so weird.
Off the top of my head, I think the mini games are gonna start at like 6:30, and then the actual like flag football will be at 8. Like what time like a night game would be.
Nobody's watching that, bro.
Nobody really watches the normal one, to be fair.
They should do tackle and put it back in Hawaii. That's what I think.
I would agree
That was
with you
peak.
on that.
That was peak Pro Bowl. But I think that's really all the NFL news like outside of the games being played this week. Except maybe I did see something earlier, trade rumors talking about Garrett Wilson going to the Browns, which is completely
Pretty
false.
sure they shut the trade
actually
down.
did.
I think they shut that down.
Yeah, I think they did
Same
too.
thing with
Actually,
the Raiders. The Raiders pulled Max Crosby into their office and said that he's not getting traded. Because Max Crosby trade rumors were starting up, and they told Max Crosby he's not getting traded.
Yeah.
But also, to be
This is
fair,
what I saw.
that man is their entire... What?
this is what I saw. Garrett Wilson.
Read me the name of that account. Well,
It's a Cleveland Browns podcast.
okay.
Let me show you
Again.
it.
The Dogs Podcast. Yeah, that's not
Yep.
at all a reputable source in the slightest.
It's 100%. You think we're a reputable source? Matter
X
of
is a
fact, let's
very
start.
reputable
Listen,
source.
let's start a rumor. Hey.
No one ever.
Let's start a trade rumor. You heard it here first. I actually heard that Patrick Mahomes is gonna be traded to the Dolphins for 20 future first rounders, and they're trading Andy Reid to for the coach. What's his name? What's your coach's name? Mike McDaniel. They're trading Andy Reid for who?
What?
What's his name? Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, not for long though.
They're trading Andy Reid for Mike McDaniel's glasses.
That's
And
just
they're
top
giving,
five.
but
That's just
but-
not even like a
but
fun
Kansas-
bit. That's just
Kansas City is keeping the ice booger mustache that everybody thought was so funny. Remember that, bro? Remember how nasty that was?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I kept seeing
Yeah.
a post on it. That was like the grossest thing. I like, why am I looking at somebody's boogers in a
Will,
mustache?
You cannot be saying grossest thing you've ever seen on a football field like you don't watch the Cleveland Browns play football on a field every Sunday.
Wait, hold up. Breaking NFL news. Ben Johnson fired and is now
Not
going
true.
to coach the Dixon High School football team.
It's just not true, and this guy's
Shoot.
leaking my local high school. Okay. Like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? All right, bro. That's gonna be.
I think that's a wrap.
That's gonna be it for the week. I just want to bring up this graphic one more time just to show off that none of them know ball. On the GOAT, I will continue to be the only positive one with a record here.
W graphic though, right?
That is actually a really good graphic. Shout out Will and ChatGPT for that.
I didn't even use Chat. I only use ChatGPT for the little cartoon characters. I made the rest in. I made the rest in Canva.
So the most difficult part of that was made with AI. Okay, so again, ChatGPT.
How was that difficult, bro? I could have drew that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
All right, bro. That's gonna be it for the week. Come back same time next week for week 9. Your best
Yes,
source
sir.
of all ball knowledge and apparently trade rumors now too. That's a
And
wrap
Max
for
is gonna have
football.
his head shaved with a leopard print.
My head will not be shaved. Quite frankly, my head will not be shaved, nor will it have leopard print.